This championship has a truly national footprint. What started in the forests around the capital in the east now heads to uniquely challenging roads you can only find in the west. A field filled with stories, brothers, fathers and sons, dads and daughters, mums versus daughters. It's family against family, cool makes and marks, all modified to be some of the fastest cars you'll see on dirt. This is the Forest Rally of Western Australia, round 2 of the 2024 Bosch Motorsport Australia Rally Championship.
The Forest Rally is one of my favourite rallies. The location is spectacular between Busselton and Nannup. It's just such a beautiful part of the world that we don't get to see very often.
WA is a really, really strong event, very, very unique with the surface. Great stages, mix of fast and slower stages.
Really orange, round rock, which makes the roads really slippery over there.
If you get the car flowing through there nicely, it's something pretty special.
Really fast and really slippery.
The road's rewarding when you get it right.
We're in the west, a couple of hours drive south of the capital Perth, effectively in the Margaret River wine region, from the iconic foreshore of Busselton and the heritage-listed jetty, which stretches almost 2 kilometres out to sea. Beautiful beaches, award-winning wines and amazing local produce. It is a must-see when you visit Western Australia. Hi everybody, Greg Russ with you for our coverage here on 7+ of the Bosch Motorsport Australia Rally Championship. Round 2 is the Forest Rally in Western Australia, and its trademark roads that have been a constant part of this series for some 40 years now. Special milestone for the organisers. We opened the series in the nation's capital, Canberra, last month. We're off to Queensland in June, Gippsland as well, the fast roads of South Australia, before we wrap things up in Tasmania in November. This event is centred around Nannup, about a 45-minute drive south of Busselton, east of Margaret River. 2 days of action and a power stage, some 6.5 k's long, that has a little bit of everything. It could be pivotal to the final event results. Before we get underway, a quick recap of the opening round of the championship, the TechWorks Automotive Rally of Canberra. With Saturday's action cancelled, Sunday took on another level of importance. The roads to the east of Canberra dried quicker but still presented huge challenges. Scott Petter made a rapid start before a tyre change saw his brief glimpse of the lead slip away. Tasmania's Eddie Maguire had to dig deep on the way to fourth, while his brother Steve impressed, having stepped up to a Skoda. Jamie Luff was also fast, but a steering issue brought a solid result undone. Production Cup belonged to Molly Taylor, who rattled the cage of some front runners along the way. A year in the ARC has sharpened Alex Rouleau's skills, the former Supercars driver scoring his first podium, third. Lewis Bates had been declared the pre-event favourite with his tried and tested Toyota, while his brother Harry came to grips with the new European-built GR Yaris Rally 2. But Harry seemed to go to another level, and together with Coral Taylor dominated.
40, 6 4 minus on Chris.
Lewis ensured a Team 1-2 as Harry Bates became a 6-time winner of his home event. So here's the championship standings coming in. Harry Bates leads by 18. Alex Rouleau only 3 behind Lewis. Scott Petter within striking distance of the top 3. And so is Eddie Maguire. Now, Molly Taylor is 7th outright, 2 shy of Tom Clark, but she leads Main Fix Production Cup. Coral Taylor tops the outright co-driver standings. Dave Thomas leads 2-wheel drive cup. Jaden Glusky Junior Cup. Michael Harding 4-wheel drive classic. And Trevor Stilling heads 2-wheel drive classic. More than 50 cars are entered. A Rally 2 machine for Lewis Bates is on the way, but he stays in the tried and tested locally built Yaris this weekend. Scott Petter's car is prepped by Maximum Motorsport here in the west. The Maguires, they've made the long trip from Tassie. The Luff's Toyota, that's been repaired. This is home turf for the Rouleaus, and what impression will Dylan King make? Looking forward to seeing that. Now, the WA drivers are likely to rattle the cage of the ARC regulars because they know the roads here so well, and there are, as you can see, some fast combinations among them. Look at this awesome list of cars. There is something for everyone here at the Forest Rally, including some very cool classics. Some news for you before we get underway. We are here in Petters Rally Central, just near Tom Clark's car. Now, that Ford in the pre-event testing suffered a rollover. Mammoth 26 hours of work followed for the White Wolf Racing crew, together with the event organisers, local businesses, some from Bunbury and Perth, the Forest Rally Recovery and Scrutineering team. Together, they somehow got this car to the start line. Well done to everybody involved. Last week as well, Lewis Bates, Anthony McLaughlin, some of the members from Neil Bates Motorsport, well, they were in Portugal for round 5 of the WRC. It was Lewis and Anthony's chance to kind of benchmark themselves against the Rally 2 competitors at a world level. And they had some challenges along the way. Our Dean Herridge caught up with them at the pre-event ceremonial start.
Lewis, normally Perth would be your biggest trip of the year, but you've just bounced off Portugal. How are you feeling in the lead up to this one, the ARC?
Yeah, just arrived back in Australia from Portugal, and yeah, Anthony and I are looking forward to this weekend. Obviously, our aim this year is to still win the Australian Rally Championship. So yeah, we've been working hard the last few days on trying to beat the jet lag and prepare for this event. So yeah, really looking forward to it.
People have asked me and suspect you'd be tired off the back of that. I actually think you come invigorated and feel match fit after a big event like a WRC. Are you feeling that way as well? You feel settled and good coming into this weekend?
Yeah, both Anthony and I are feeling good. We definitely needed a rest day on Wednesday, but now we're feeling good, and it was nice to get back in the car yesterday and you're sort of just ready to go straight away. You don't have to ease into it at all. So, yeah, from that perspective, I feel like all the driving we did last week has helped coming into this weekend. Obviously, it's a different car, different tyre and different surface, so that'll be probably the biggest challenge for us this weekend. But either way, we're looking forward to it and ready to give it a good push.
Sure, challenge accepted, mate. Go and get them. Good luck.
Thank you.
That ceremonial start for the Forest Rally was fittingly as the sun set on a magic Friday night in Busselton. A big crowd gathered there by the ocean's edge on Geograph Bay. And back to Dean Herridge, who spoke with some of the competitors before they set off.
Jamie, it doesn't get much better to start a rally. Look where you are in magnificent West Australia down south. What a great way to start the weekend.
Yeah, definitely. It's pretty awesome here. Got the sunset in the background, awesome scenery and awesome roads.
Dylan King, West Australian, former champion, stepping up, outright AP4 car now. He must be excited for this weekend.
Yeah, super excited to be here at Forest Rally in the AP4 car. Obviously a big step up on the Evo from last year, so yeah, super excited.
Craig Rando, it's always great to do your local ARC round. How are you feeling? It's a great start, great atmosphere down here, down south.
Oh, it sure is. Like, when opportunity comes along like this, you really want to take it by the horns and have a crack. Just put yourself up against everybody, you know, around Australia, which is a good thing, and just to see where you stack up.
You've done this event a few times. How does the stages stack up at the moment? How are they looking out there this weekend?
Fast. Yeah, they look faster. They're good. Obviously, you have your technical bits as well, and a few of the slippy sections, but yeah, really good. I'm keen.
Time to get into the Forest action now with stages 1 and 2, 18.6 Ks and 23.8 Ks respectively. High average speeds, some real roller coaster sections to test the crews. No one predicted the drama the opening stages delivered. First car on the road, Harry Bates headlining the stories.
Yep, no hole.
We just hit a hole on the inside on a long left-hander, and it's broken the front left suspension, so disappointing that I didn't see it on recce, the hole, but now we need to get back and see if we can get it fixed in service.
It wasn't plain sailing for brother Lewis either, third.
That's probably the slipperiest stage I've ever done. I've never experienced road sweeping like that before. It's a big challenge.
Eddie Maguire impressed. No intercom, but almost 7 seconds faster than Lewis and second outright.
Yeah, we had no intercom in the first stage. Fortunately, we didn't lose anywhere near what we thought we were, so that was a good thing. Completely different surface in there, seemed a lot looser, and hard to tell whether we were quick or not.
Erasing the pre-event test crash with a brilliant fourth, Tom Clark.
The car feels pretty quick, so maybe the new aero's sort of working, but we had a few overshoots in that one. It's so slippery out there compared to the first stage, so just got to get my head in the game again to make sure I'm not committing too much.
Our production cup leader, Molly Taylor, had trouble too.
Yeah, a bit like this everywhere. Yeah, we had a bunch of stuff to change in service, and everything's pointing in every direction, so it's it's a handful, but anyway, it's all good.
Dust and morning sun made it tricky for Alex Rouleau.
Yeah, just struggling with the setup a bit, just no rear grip at all really anywhere, so yeah, just a bit hard to drive at the moment, a bit hard to commit.
While his dad, Peter, needed a roadside tyre change.
Probably about halfway through, so we lost a fair bit of time. We lost a fair bit of time in the last probably quarter, but up until then it was pretty good.
A cracked windshield and one wild moment failed to stop Scott Petter taking the early lead by 16 seconds after 2 stages.
Oh, yeah. You're right. Yeah. Big rock on the road. 100 straight crashed.
Probably one of my favourite stages of the year, actually. I love Alice. Quite loose, obviously, but just beautiful long corners. It feels like you're a drift racer for a little bit. Just literally a lot of sideways. So much fun. It's just a pleasure to drive this car, to be honest.
Now, Harry spent 19 minutes in service between SS1 and 2, but he rejoined to win the second stage. He is 16th outright. Eddie Maguire trails overall leader Scott Petter by just 16.4 seconds. Lewis Bates third, 12 clear of Alex Rouleau, who is hunting another podium. Great work by Clark in 5th. Dylan King a solid 7th. Craig Rando is ahead of Molly Taylor in main fixed production cup by only 5.4. Dave Thomas leads two-wheel drive cup and Glenn Alcorn tops two-wheel drive classic. We are joined here now at Petter's Rally Central by Dave Thompson, who is a very passionate flag bearer, a rusted-on competitor as far as the classics are concerned, a beautiful array of machines that really do salute the great history that this championship was built on. Dave, welcome.
Yeah, thanks very much, Greg. Good to be here.
Can we get from you a bit of a report card on your Saturday, first up?
Saturday was a good day for us. We got the car back in the window after Canberra. Obviously, we were a long way out from Canberra. Had the boys work on it, rebuilt the suspension, and actually got the car to actually handle now. We got brakes back on the car again, and a very fresh motor. So, all in all, we had a really good day. I think we were second in the class at the moment, and we picked up a huge amount.
Ford Capri, tell us a bit about the kind of transformation that car's gone through. Iconic car.
Yeah, nice early 1972 Ford Capri. What's I think about the only thing standard in it is the shell. It's got a Ford 302 Motorsport engine in it, a 5-speed Jericho dog box, 9-inch rear end, 5-link, all MCA golds all the way through in it. Big brakes, Brembos. So yeah, it's an absolute weapon. It's such a hoot to drive on the dirt.
Couple of really cool cars in this class. When you look at the entry list, I mean the 260Z of Peter Dimmick, your car, of course. We saw a Porsche at round one, Stanzas, 1600s, Ford Escorts. I mean, there's really something for everyone, isn't there?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, the GT. Ivan's running the XT, which is it's run 2 London Sydneys and still going. This, however, it will be its last event. We're going to retire it. But then you've got Zach in the Porsche. He'll be back next event after his minor indiscretion in Canberra, and we'll get Trevor Stillings back again with his Stanza. That's a very quick car. So there's everything there. There's 4 cylinders, there's 6 cylinders, there's V8s. You know, it's a good class, and because there's so many of them in the shed, it can only grow. You know, like. Get them out and come and join us.
We know that will happen. We sense that will happen. That's because of some of the great camaraderie in that class too among your competitors. Thank you very much for stopping by and chatting with us this afternoon.
Yeah, no problem at all. Thank you.
Awesome. There he is, Dave Thompson. Time now to have a look at some of the highlights for you. Stages 3 and 4 here in WA.
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go 200, dip 80, short 4 right plus.
The first pass over Millwood went to a resilient Harry Bates, helped perhaps by his position further down the order on a swept road. Dylan King continued to shine, setting 5th fastest stage time, only 0.7 shy of Lewis Bates.
Yeah, the form's pretty good for our second time in the car. So yeah, we're really enjoying the stage and enjoying the car. Can't complain.
It moved King to 5th outright as Tom Clark had a moment, dropping to 7th.
Mate, car feels good. Felt good on the soft, so we got a bit loose in the other stages on the medium, so I'm going to have to tidy that up. But other than that, car's good.
A battle-hardened Molly Taylor claimed 6th on this one and wrestled back the Production Cup lead.
20 seconds in the morning loop with the penalties, and we were back up to like 2 seconds off with this stage, so hopefully we've done enough in this stage with the issue to not lose more than that, but I don't know. I'm just doing what I can.
The second run over the helium stage was a Baked Brothers 1-2. Harry going fastest with a 10-minute 12.8, which moved him back into the top 10 outright.
Car's still not quite perfect, so luckily tonight we've got a 2-hour service to maybe see if we can keep chipping away at the improvements for tomorrow. But it's hard at the moment. Everyone's doing all right stage time, so it's not as though I'm making big gains.
Lewis, meantime, built on the gap between himself and Alex Rouleau.
Yeah, much better in the second pass. Bit more grip there. This stage wasn't too bad on the first pass, to be honest with you. It's the next two, but yeah, I think after the field's gone over them, it's going to be better for sure.
Holding down 8th overall, Jamie Luff, just from Molly Taylor.
Had a fair crack through there. We hit a pretty big rock somewhere about halfway through, and it feels a little bit off, so we're not sure if this bent's tweaked something or not, but we'll go back and assess now.
Then the rally leader's Skoda suddenly went into limp mode. An unhappy Pedder now clinging to the lead.
100. Oh, yeah. You're up. That was it. That was it, sorry. 100. Straight crash. You're up. No, it's gone into limp mode.
Talk us through it, Scotty.
I think we hit the same rock again. It's in the middle of the road, you can't avoid it. And it's gone into limp mode or detuned itself or done something, knocked something off or whatever, so.
With so much going on around him, Eddie Maguire proved a model of consistency. 3rd fastest stage time and tantalisingly close to a Heat 1 win.
We've changed tyre compounds, so even though we had no intercom before, we still had some pretty decent grip. But yeah, in places that felt faster, but in some places actually felt a bit slower, but time will tell.
So Scott Pedder with a lead of 9.8 seconds after 4 stages. Lewis Bates is 3rd. Awesome work by Dylan King, 5th. Only 10 seconds ahead of Steve Maguire. And Harry Bates, as you can see there, has moved back into the top 10. Molly still leads Production Cup with Craig Rando hot on her heels. 2-wheel drive cup, Dave Thomas. Carter Smith is the top junior. And 2-wheel drive classic being led by Glenn Alcorn. Now, lots of motorsport competitors seem to enjoy the game of golf. Scott McLaughlin in IndyCar, Lando Norris in Formula One. We thought it was only fitting that if we were to get to know the Rouleaus in their home state, we should take them to one of WA's finest courses.
After you, Matt.
You want me to go first?
Yeah, go for it.
Go, you good thing.
Get in the hole.
Beat that. That was a par 3. That's a 1 under. In Telespatial Fleet Care Racing, we are serious. Can't be good at everything.
What a shocker. It's embarrassing.
Who's counting? You know, about 3 years ago, I had my first crack at a gravel rally car and haven't looked back.
Dad started rallying, but I was obviously doing the circuit racing stuff, bit of supercars. Dad hopped in, loved gravel, and said, "Yep, this is something else. You need to try it as well." Absolutely fell in love with it.
I'd love to just, you know, be consistently in the top 10, but my aim for Alex is to be on the top step.
It's been a massive learning curve. Mid last year, we had a couple of crashes and I sort of lost a little bit of confidence, and coming from circuit where I was sort of already at the top level and then having to start from scratch has been a challenge, but a good one, I think. And now I think, yeah, we're really starting to dig our teeth in. The last round was really good to getting on the podium.
I'd like to see him winning an event in the near term, but you know, from a long-term perspective, yeah, I think Alex can mix it with the best in the world.
Obviously a home event for us, but the first time I did this event was my very first gravel rally, and it was an absolute show. There was mud everywhere, so yeah, I was just trying to survive that. We haven't had the best run here, but it's a unique surface here compared to the rest of Australia. This weekend, if we can keep the speed we had in Canberra, I'll be happy, and if we take it to the next level, even better.
I truly believe it's any parent's dream to be able to enjoy, you know, something you love with your child. So, yeah, this is my chance. I'll put $100 on this one.
Yeah, $100.
All right, pressure's on. If you get this in, we're even.
Send it to the stewards. Good game, Matt.
I think Peter Rouleau told me on Friday night that he should stick to motorsport. He's in fact been struggling after that unscheduled tyre change this morning and his 12th outright. As we head back to the final 2 stages, here's a snapshot for you now. After putting his hand up this morning, Harry Bates continued his impressive fight back, winning stage 5.
Before that one, we were 1 behind Steve Maguire and I think 7 behind Dylan King. So that was sort of my goal for that one. But anyway, it is what it is. Hopefully we might have snuck in a top 5 for the day, which all things considered would be a really good outcome.
Petter dug deep as well, picking up 13 seconds over Eddie Maguire on this one. Steve Maguire found vital seconds, threatening to snatch 5th outright away from Dylan King.
We're here, we made it, luckily. Wasn't quite our day, but massive day in learning with old Evo habits and things, but I think we're moving forward. I think we'll be right.
Tim Hiles, meantime, was giving it his all. He still managed 9th fastest and a time quicker than Production Cup leader Molly Taylor. But there was more to her story.
Yeah, it was making a bad noise, like it was wanting to get out of there fast, but I don't know. We lost boost in the stage before, fixed that, lost boost again, and then it all fell apart like a kilometre before the finish.
The final stage belonged to Harry Bates, recovering for a top 5 in Heat 1.
Yeah, it's been a tricky day. Probably not super happy with my performance today, but yeah, nice to get through cleanly and yeah, we'll reset and go again tomorrow.
Beyond the Rally 2 machine, there was a heck of a fight. Eddie Maguire, 4th on stage, only 0.2 shy of the time set by Lewis Bates.
Going good. I'm really pleased with that. We had a bit of a hairy moment in there. I can guarantee there's one corner we went the fastest around. A bit of a moment mistake. I'm not sure if we got any flat tyres, but the last 5Ks felt like we had a dead flat tyre, so I don't know how we went.
Lewis in the top 3 across the line as Eddie wrapped up a day to remember, 2nd overall. Petter found another 5/10 on the run home. The former Australian champion cementing his return to the winner's circle, taking out Heat 1.
Over the finish. Good job, mate. That's half the job. Good job, mate. Well done.
Very exciting. Yeah, it's good. Look, it's been a day of adventures, but you know, it's just rallying. You just got to hang in there, and the pace is pretty good. We're pretty conservative, obviously, especially in that last one. Heard every single noise in this car in that last 9K.
So after 6 stages, Scott Petter and Glenn McNeil take it out by 23.4 seconds. Huge congrats to Eddie Maguire and everyone on that team. That equals Eddie's best result in the ARC. Now, Alex Rouleau picks up another top 3. That's because Lewis Bates has just been hit with a penalty for a tyre infringement. And Craig Rando moves into the top 10. It's been a tough day for Molly Taylor with 2 penalties. So Craig Rando also takes out Main Fix Production Cup. As we look at our other class winners here, our congratulations to Dave Thomas wrapping up 2-wheel drive and Glenn Alcorn wrapping up the classics as well. Joined at the desk here now in Petter's Rally Central by Tom Clark. What a weekend it has been for you so far. It began with a lot of repair work to that car and you bounced back with a top 4 this morning. That must have felt sweet.
Yeah, look, it was a big effort at the end of the day. The team did a fantastic job. A lot of work went into the car. Look, that unfortunate sort of part of racing, I suppose, and that test that we had. A bit of an error from my side, got into the gravel and tipped it over. So, look, it was all cosmetic at the end of the day. So, lucky enough, there was no mechanical damage. So they put in a good 26 hours on the car. Though. There was a lot to do. So to make it look as pretty as we possibly could. So, big job.
You brought lots of people together to get that done. Businesses as far up north as Perth and so on coming in to assist. Were you borderline about was there a moment where you thought we may not be able to get to the start line of this rally?
Look, it was sort of when I actually tipped it over and walked out of the car, I thought, no, I think the weekend's done. It looked pretty bad, but I think once they pulled it out, we went and did recce. The phone call was made and said, look, we can make this happen. We're going to need to pull everyone together. So, like you said, there was people come from Perth. We had hands from there. That we got onto a panel beater up in Bunbury that helped out all night. Really pulled together, and really everyone helped. So look, it was a big effort and well done by the team.
I sense when we spoke with you at the end of stage 1 today, there was kind of a real inner drive to repay all that, wasn't there?
Yeah, look, absolutely. It's a big trip over, and to get the team over, it's a big feat to get everyone here and put that effort in. So I wanted to make sure we were giving them something back, and we felt good this morning. The car felt good. And the time sort of showed first thing this morning, and then we've sort of had some dramas through the rest of the day, so it hasn't been smooth sailing, but again, that's racing, and that's what we do.
Let's finish with that, a little bit of a recap on day 1 and maybe a look ahead to day 2, because the stages tomorrow are very different to what we've enjoyed here on Saturday, aren't they?
Yeah, very much so. Look, the stages are technical tomorrow and probably suit what I like to get into, that bit of a grind. So today was just unfortunate. I think we showed we had the pace and the car had the pace, and I know we can sort of be there, but I think we got a flat on the second last stage there and dropped about 5 minutes, and we had a pretty big spin in stage 3 as well and dropped about 50 seconds. So look, we're thereabouts and knowing we can sort of probably be there, but I've probably just got to tidy some things up as well, making a few little errors, and I think tomorrow's probably the day. Like I said this morning, the car's looking a little bit worse for wear, and sort of put me in a bit of a head frame of, well, look, it's scratch now. Let's really have a crack and see what we can do.
Hope it's a good day for you, Ryan Preston, and all the team. Thank you for stopping by.
Perfect, thank you.
There he is, Tom Clark. We're going to go back to Dean Herridge now with the sun setting here at Petters Rally Central. There's been a bit of work for our officials, and Dean Herridge is with our Main Fix Production Cup winner.
Yeah, thanks, Rusty. And what a dramatic day in production. It sees Craig Rando elevated into P1, mate, after a solid day for you, and obviously been a good run out there.
Yeah, we've had a good run today, kept it all straight. The car's still looking good, so that's a plus. But yeah, it's been up and down. It's been good, actually. I didn't think we'd be able to get that close to Molly. Obviously, she's well renowned, and she's a quick driver, and she's had a couple of problems, which we all have. We've had a couple of spins today, self-induced problems, but yeah, we've come out on top, which is always nice, always nice.
That takes us out for day 1 of the Forest Rally here on 7+. We hope you've enjoyed it. Make sure you tune in tomorrow for a full wrap-up on the final day. 5 more stages coming your way, including the 6.5k power stage. A lot to look forward to. On behalf of Dean Herridge and all of the team, it's bye for now.